Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video we'll be going through the trades that I took last week. It's a trade recap video. Last week I took four trades. The first trade was on Euro Japanese Yen, which I've managed to lock in 4% profit. The second trade was dollar against the US. It was gold against the US dollar, which I was stopped out at 0.5 minus 0.5%. The next trade was on gold against the US dollar, which I banked 1% profit. And the last trade, which I took on Friday, was the Great Britain pound against the Swiss franc. So we'll jump straight to the charts. With the first trade that I took was on Euro Japanese yen. As you can see, to me, this was an impulse down. The market to me looked bearish. This was an impulse down, and this to me looked like a bigger continuation pattern. These we are on the 4 hour time frame. If we go down to the 1 hour time frame, we can see that the market had touched this pattern three times. First time, second time, and here I plan to enter with a risk entry on the third touch, but the market got there on Monday too early. I had not started trading, so when I started trading, here, after the market impulse down a little, if we go down to the 15 minutes, you can see that the market was forming a correction, and I entered on the break of that correction in the 15 minutes time frame. My stop loss was just above the structure with a 40 pip stop loss. The market corrected for a few hours before impulsing down, and I moved my stop loss to break even. After this impulse right here, I moved my after it go down here and started forming this bigger correction. I moved my stop loss. I locked in 2% profit because the market had moved far away from my entry. It had already got to more than 5%, and I had fears that the market might create a deep correction and stop me out at break even. I end up losing all this profit. So I locked in 2% profit. The market almost took me out at 2%, but it didn't take me out after the correction. It impulsed down, and then after this bullish candle here with the big wick, this was on Friday. I decided to lock in more profits. I locked in 2% more profit to make to go 4%. So on Friday, the market didn't get to my stop loss because my stop loss is right here where this purple, is it purple or orange line where it is? That's where I locked my profit. On Monday, if the market corrects up and take me out, it's all good because I've already locked in 4% profit. But if it impulse down, my profit target was down here. If it impulse down and reach to my profit target, it's all good. So we'll move on to the next pair. The next trade that I took, which was on gold against the US dollar. If we go up to the 4 hour time frame, we can see that gold had formed a double top right up here, and it impulse down. Its impulse formed a smaller correction and then impulse down again, and then it was forming a bigger correction. To me, this looked like a bigger correction, and the market had touched this structure: first touch, second touch. If we go down to the 15 minutes, at first my trend line was at first I had this trend line right here. So to me, this looked like the third touch, and as you can see, it got to the third touch correctively. I entered right here after this impulse and a smaller correction right here. I entered, and then the market impulsed down a little. After it impulsed down, I was waiting for the market to reach down here for me to break even the trade, but when the market closed, I decided to move my stop loss to 0.5% around this area because I had fears that the market might open, and I would have been asleep, and then the market opens and it trickles up, creating a bigger structure which would have stopped me out. So on this trade, I was topped up the following day with a 0.5% loss. On the next day, this trade I took on Wednesday, and then on Thursday I took this other trade which I banked 1% profit. As you can see, it was just a similar structure like the previous trade that I had taken on the same pair. If we go down to the 15 minutes, you can see that the market approached that area correctively, and I entered on the break of this structure here on the 15 minutes. As you can see, I entered with this engulfing candle here. This big bearish candle, it engulfed the previous bullish candle. With that, my stop loss was just above the structure, and then the market impulse down. On Friday, it started trickling up, and then after it got here, after this big bearish candle, I decided to look to after it got down here on this trend line and it broke it impulsively. I had already moved my stop loss to break even. After this bearish candle, I decided to lock in 1% profit, and that's why I was stopped out. After this bearish candle, the market didn't move far away from my stop loss. It just went up, it took me out, and then it impulsed back down again. And on Friday it was just correcting, going up. I don't know if on Monday it will continue correcting up to form a bigger structure, or it will impulse down. So guys, those were my trades on gold. And the last trade which I took on Friday I lost was on Great Britain pound against the Swiss franc. As you can see, to me this looked like an impulse, a correction, and a bigger correction. To me, this structure here looked like a bigger correction, which had been touched the first time, the second time, and the third time. When it got down here, it started correcting and it impulsed up a little. If we go down to the 15 minutes time frame, to me this looked like an impulse and then a correction for the market to go up. I didn't enter on the break of that correction because I was not around my trading desk. So I entered from up here. I had set my entry just above this bullish candle right here. The market took me up and then it moved down. It, it corrected up a little and then it impulsed down and it took me out with a 1% loss. And I managed to close the week with 3.5% in profits. And that's how I closed that week. So guys, thank you for watching. And if you have any questions and if you have anything you'd like me to cover on these videos, please ask on the comment section, and please like this video and subscribe on the channel. Thank you.